So welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is Nesquame Trades here once again. So in this video I'm going to be marking up some levels as to what GJ will be doing for the upcoming week, that is from 15th of September to the end of the week, as to how we can get opportunities on gbpjpy to trade in order for us to make some profits on DJ and download some money online. So in my previous video, which I've already uploaded for last week, I show how I marked up these levels, this market shift, break of structure, internal break of structure, the bigger ones and then the smaller ones, this liquidity sweep, why I said it was a liquidity sweep. So watch the previous video to understand my thinking behind me marking up these structure levels. So already clearly from the structure that we have here, we can clearly see that gbpjpy is trading what? Up. So we are in the bullish trend, heavily trending bullish. But having said that, we are heavily trending bullish. The market has traded from these levels here, from the 5th of August all the way to this level here, broken structure to the 30th of August, and then now price of gbpjpy has been consolidating between the price of 200.00 and then 198.00, and it's just been trading ranging here and within here, despite it ranging. I've gotten some opportunities here and there to trade to make some money. So right now, currently, DJ has traded itself back up to these levels here. And in the previous video, if you watch it very well, my trade idea number 3, the least expected one, that was what played out. And because I prepared myself for the market opening, anticipating what I was going to be looking out for within the week, I was still ready and understood what the price of DJ was doing. Despite, so Monday we made some profit, Tuesday we made some profit, Wednesday we made some profit, Thursday we made certain mistakes, which I'll be uploading in my next video, explaining what mistakes I did and how I was able to bounce back on Friday and still ended up the week in a green and in massive profit. So this week is another new week. Let's delve right into it and let's see how we can trade gbpjpy. So here on the daily time frame, the market has traded back to the 2 weeks high around 200.00 or 200.200. So that is all what you can see on the time frame in terms of the daily time frame. So it is ranging, went back up again. So on the 4 hour, this is where we can now begin to break down the market as to what it did. So last week the market was around somewhere here. We were around, so last week the market was around somewhere here, and then traded all the way, market open, traded all the way up, came back down, and then went all the way back up to the same levels again to begin the week, and then now we find ourselves here at this level here. So now let's see how well we can capitalize on opportunity for this week, this trading, and then coming week. What should we expect? What trade ideas will I be able to generate for this week? So now let's delve in. So on the 4 hour too, clearly we can see that okay, the market is also ranging, and then let's break something down. So let's delve into the first trade idea. So clearly we can see here, despite it ranging, there is something happening within the range. So we can clearly see here there is an internal market shift. Because clearly at these levels here we had our internal market shift. We never got a follow through internal market shift. We never got a follow through, but then price is just ranging here. So clearly we can see that okay, despite price was using this. So here you can clearly see that price was using this supply range. So the price was just mitigating the supply range, but then within the same range, price has also clearly given us a daily range also. So clearly, so let's break everything down. So clearly, gbpjpy, we use these demands in here, traded all the way back up for our demand, and then once again came back down again, and then we've been trading up. So I'm building up a narrative for our demand again, and then what happens? We also break structure here. So within the range, I'm also breaking down things happening within the range to get an understanding of what is really happening. So clearly, yes, so clearly we can clearly see that the price of gbpjpy within the range is also trading what? Bullish. So how can we capitalize on a trading opportunity regarding what I've just done? Well, this is what I've done on the 4-hour time frame. So now I understand, or it gives me an idea as to how to trade DJ for the upcoming week. But remember, I'm going to be building myself or three trading ideas in terms of how to go about trading GBP JPY, so that whatever scenario that should happen, we would be ready and then take opportunities as and when they present themselves. So clearly on the 1 hour too, we can clearly see that okay, price on the higher time frame is bullish. So it's bullish because we've had this higher high, higher low. Clearly a little bit of it. So let me put this. So we have a higher we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then now we form a higher high again. Do you understand the theory that is happening? So yes. So now within the range, price is basically also going up. Price is ranging on a higher time frame, but within the range, we can see a trend also forming: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So then what we anticipate coming this week? A higher low. But remember, with this 2-week high that the market has been coming, so first of all, the market got here, rejected, came down, got here again, rejected, came down, got here again last week, and then came down. And then this week, at the start of this week, we're already up there, but something has already happened, which is we've broken it on the 1 hour time frame. We've broken the 2-week. For 2 weeks, we've been trading within this range, and then it's been forming quietly higher high, higher low within range. But then also we've also broken the range on the 1 hour time frame market structure. So with this, you don't really know whether this is whether a break of structure or it is not, because on a higher time frame, it's just a week. But on a 1 hour time frame structure, we have a break of structure. So for this, what do we do? Well, so this is what I'm going to be building my first narrative in terms of my trading idea. So now let's break the 1 hour market structure to see what we can anticipate in terms of the 1 hour, what we can also think of the market doing. So clearly you could also see that we have an internal market shift here. So within the 1 hour, there was a structure forming, because on the 1 hour you realize that price, despite trading bullish at this low, the market came to what? Breakthrough. So then we had this form of supply range here forming. That is the sellers coming in very hot supply range. Where are you? Supply range here, and then perhaps some retail traders like myself will be thinking of, okay, we have an internal market shift, so we should be looking to what? Sell. And that was what cost me on Thursday. But then I was able to, knowing how I anticipated for the coming week, I quickly changed my bias, and then I was able to join in on the trend for the market to trade upwards. So yes, so we had our internal market shift here. But then again, the market had also clearly shifted once again. And then here we have our internal market shift. So you realize that this trading thing is just more of a game of probability, and then you should just be attentive to know as and when something is happening, else you'll be on the wrong side. So here we have our demand range right here. So bear with me. So this is how personally I trade. So what I'm just doing is just building an order flow in terms of, okay, as and when, you know, buyers are in and then sellers are in. So this is how I use in tracking order flow. So clearly this is also for our demand range. So what does it tell me? So clearly it tells me that, okay, buyers are now in. So despite you were thinking of, you know, selling, the market clearly tested some form of order block or supply zone here, and then we were able to push price back down. But the sellers that were here didn't get the necessary strength to push price down all the way. But the buyers overtook them and then went back again to, you know, push price back up, and then we got this order flow change from selling pressure towards a buying pressure. So clearly it tells me that, okay, well, the buyers are now in. So what then do? They then use this demand, this order block or demand zone right here to push price back up again, and then now we get price back at these levels again. So that was what happened last week, and then yesterday we ended up the market in green, and then we were still able to, you know, download some profits here and there to, you know, add up wins on my profit prime challenge. So clearly we have an internal break of structure here. So internal market shift, internal break of structure. So bear with me, I'm building a narrative in terms of the fair trade idea as to what to look out for. So this is it. So we have our fair trade idea. We are building the narrative. So once again, for our demand range, so buyers, okay, so now they position themselves. So then now, what am I anticipating with the fair trade idea? So with my trade number one idea, I'm thinking of, okay, last week the market, the buyers are in hot, internal market shift, internal break of structure. So then we are getting a higher low, building within this range on the overall time frame, and then also overall time frame too, in terms of the daily time frame too. We are looking, you know, the daily trend also tells me that. So in terms of the daily trend, we can clearly see that the market of GBP is also what, trending upwards. We are also buying. So clearly, in terms of the market thesis or the market research that I've just done, it supports a higher time frame. So what can happen right here? So just as we've used this demand zone right here, or supply order block to trade back up, GG can use this. So we can see this order block right here for our demand order block. We can use order block right here to trade back up again. And GG, so already we can clearly see it's already 4 o'clock a.m. or 3 o'clock a.m. in the morning. I've woken up and then this is what is happening. So clearly if it tested this high, that's always when it tested, it comes back down. So from these levels here, price can already trading back down. So I anticipate the price of DJ trading back down to this demand or order block zone right here. And when price gets there, I'm looking at price buying from these levels here. Buying, I wouldn't set a buy limit or whatever limit order or stop order here. No, I wouldn't. I'll wait, monitor price action within these zones. When I get my entry criteria, I enter. So I'll be doing video as to my entries, how I look at the market when it comes down to these levels here. So on the 1 hour or on the higher time frame, I've determined my trap. So this is my trade number one. So I'm waiting for price to get here, monitor price action to see what it does here on Monday, be it Monday morning during the landing session open or New York session open. So right here, I'm looking at price from these levels here, trading bullish all the way to what levels? Trading bullish all the way to the levels of 202, as we also have our higher time frame supply order block right there. So from these levels, DJ can trade bullish from these levels with my stop below here. there can be some form of liquidity sweep below these levels before price begin to trade back up again. So I anticipate price to come test these zones here, and then we see price trading bullish, breaking our 2 weeks high. Already we've gotten the break on the 1 hour time frame, but we are yet to get it on a 4 hour time frame. So I wouldn't be so adamant that okay, once we broke in, we are going all the way up. No, on a higher time frame, the 4 hour and then the daily market structure, we haven't broken this high. So but the 1 hour gives us a clue as to what is about to happen, and already we see a break, but not really ready yet. So that is my first trade idea. So this is trade number one. So this is my narrative. So let me screenshot it so that in the summary of this video you can clearly see. So this is my trade number one, buying market price from around to 202. So this is trade idea number one. So I've already built my narrative. So trade idea number one. So yeah, download image. So this is my first trade idea number one. Okay, so now we've already predetermined what can happen on GG in terms of trade idea number one. So now let's everything. Okay, well, so right now with this, I'm going to be using this to generate trade idea number two. So I wouldn't clear everything. So already we know the overall bias is buys. Yes, the overall bias of this is buys. So what can also happen on GG? So price from this level here. So let's go back onto the 1 hour, because on the 1 hour something has happened. So price on GG here from this level here can trade all the way here bullish, break these levels, go all the way up. That can happen. But then also GG can also use these levels here. We can see GG come all the way here, sweep liquidity, cause an internal market shift, and then trade back up, and then now trade all the way down. So they're down. Where do we anticipate price of GG to trade down to? So hold on. So the price of GG can trade down all the way to these levels here, to these levels here, to these levels here. So now let's go back onto the 1 hour time frame. So this is the narrative that I'm building. So understand me very well, follow me very well. The price of GG can, as it's already trading bearish from these higher levels here, the 2 week high, can trade bearish from these levels here. Already it is doing so. We can see GG will trade bearish, break these levels here, cause an internal market shift, because this is an eyeballs. We can break these eyeballs, cause an internal market shift. Then we'll see GG trade bullish, which would enter the buys here, as already I'm going to be entering. But having entered the buys here, I have it at the back of my mind that two things can happen. We can then break GG this level here, go all the way up, or we can see rejections from these levels here, pushing price back down to these levels around 199.500 to between 199.500 and then 199.300 before we see the buyers come in. So this is my trade number one. So already I'm giving trade number 2 and then 3 together. So from these levels here we can see GG, because already we have some form of supply order block that have already formed. Supply order block for our supply. So here, so the price of GG can do this. So this is my trade idea number 2. Trade idea number 2. Then we short to these levels here. Trade idea number 2. So GG can do this, trade back up again, and then now we get our trade idea number 2, short all the way to these levels here. So that is my trade idea number 2. Come this. Trade idea number 2 once again. So then now we go into the trade idea number number 3. So now price haven't done this. It has come, broken structure, caused an internal market shift, traded back up again. Now we've been able to short GG from these levels here to these levels here. Then I'm not forgetting the overall structure. The overall structure tells us what? Buy. But we don't know when the buyers will be coming in. And then I've already told you that the price of GJ has already broken structure on the 1 hour time frame. So I know that the buyers are ready to push price all the way back up for us to break structure on the higher time frame at these levels once again. So GJ from these levels, because already we understand that higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And let's look at the whenever I test here, we get all the way, we get almost about 197 pips for the first one. For the second one, we got almost about how many pips? Almost about 160 pips. So for the first time, first, second. So that means that we can also anticipate about 150 pips. 150 pips. It's almost about already more than 150 pips. So I don't know. So it can come all the way here, either here or here. I don't know. I'm not a market maker. But already, as I'm telling you, that I have it at the back of my mind that GJ currently is trading bullish. But then also we've also gotten these levels that price has gone to test every time, and then coming back down. So as it stands, we are also building a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So the GJ I anticipate from these levels here from a higher high. So what do you expect? A higher low coming to form again. So the higher low can form and then end all the way here, or even trade back down to these levels here. Before we see price push back up again. So that can happen within the week. So we've gotten our trade idea number 1, number 2. So trade idea number 3, we can anticipate for long or buys again around these levels here. All the way back up to the same level that I was telling you in my trade idea number 1. Back up from these levels here, or even these levels here, depending on price action and my entry criteria. So if you are trading GJ, this is what I anticipate was going to happen on GJ for the coming week, from the week of 15th September to coming Friday ending. So for this week, this is what I see GJ happening. So trade idea number. So let me take a screenshot of them all. So this is trade idea number 1. Trade idea number 1. No, trade idea number 2. Sorry, trade idea number 2. And then now let's cancel it. GJ haven't done all this. And then now we see GJ trading back up from these levels here. Back up again, breaking this level on the higher time frame, structure, all the way to the level of 202. Yes. So this is my predictions on GBP JPY, and because of this reason, that is the reason why I trade only 1 pair, because trading 1 pair is enough to be profitable as a forex trader for now. So this that I'm doing, I want to be good at it on gbpjpy, then I'll transcend that to other pairs. But despite trading gbpjpy, JPY also behaves the same way as gbpjpy. So sometimes when I enter trades on gbpjpy, I do enter some small amount of trades on JPY, so that because they are all the same pair, so they are likely to behave the same way to also maximize my profit. So guys, this is the end of my video for this week's analysis and my anticipation on this week's trading behavior, market behavior on GBPJPY. So I know I've turned out the comment section because of some reason. So enjoy this video. If you learned much from this video, give me a like, subscribe, and it's going to be fireworks on this channel, because I've been trying to create a channel for the longest time. Finally, I understand and know what I'm doing on the chat now, and then I can see the results for myself, as we are already in profit on my profit that I'm trading in my first first challenge. So I'll be dropping a series as to how my challenge is going, because I plan to take on more challenges, and I'll be documenting everything here. So I'm journaling my journey here, so you can join me, cheer for me, learn something also here if you also want to better your analysis. And I think you should be doing analysis this way, so that you can anticipate what's going to happen within the week, so that whatever happens on on the market, you understand what is happening, and then you are able to shift your mind as and when you have to make profits on this market. So now let's take a picture of trade idea number 3. So download image. So the summary of it all. So then now let me bring out every so bear with me, guys. So this is trade idea. This is trade idea. So these are the trade ideas that we have on DJ. So this is trade idea number 3. We are waiting for a buy. The market, because it's a market shift, but that could only be this could only be either a market liquidity sweep above below these levels here. I don't know, but whatever regardless, we'll be buying around here to these levels here, or we can even from these levels here go all the way up. I don't know. I'm not a market maker, but however it behaves, we'll be there to capture that and make some profit. So this is trade idea number 3. So this is trade idea number 3. And then trade idea number 2, we cause an internal market shift, like how I'm saying, price goes back up, we come here, that will give us our second trade. I don't know, trade idea number 2. So this is the trade idea number 2 that can happen, or from even this levels here, you can see price sell strongly all the way back down. I don't know what's going to happen, but then these are the probabilities I can see on GBP happening within the week. That's trade idea number 2. And then trade idea number 3, at the current levels of while we are currently recording this video, as it is selling from these levels here, price from here can just be mad on Monday morning or Monday, trade and then go bullish all the way up to the anticipated levels, back up again, that we have said in this video. So yeah, so these are my 3 trading scenarios I see happening on GG. However, whatever happens on GG, will be there to execute some trades to make some money within the week. So this is the end of the video. Happy trading. I wish you the best of luck within the week, and then make some money. Bye. See you in my next